Okay, welcome everyone. Today's video is going to be on my top 3 tips to improve your cross solution, mainly for beginners. You can use the beginner's method or the CFOP or Fridrich method, whichever you're using at the moment. And all solves will be done on the white cross, so let's get started. Okay, so although I've said today that this tutorial can be done by those learning through the CFOP method, Fridrich or beginners, if you don't know Fridrich, I would recommend that you start learning because it's a lot quicker than the beginners. So I'm just going to do a quick example solve for you of the Fridrich method, so we can go. So first step is to do the cross. You see we have this cross here, which means this piece on each of the 4 sides are correct. So after that we fill these 2 pieces in on each side. So you can go this. There you go. So we've got the bottom 2 layers done. Bottom face, first layer, second layer. Then we're going to do the top face. We're going to go this. So we've got top face done, bottom layer, first layer, second layer. And then we just finish with the 3rd layer. There we go, and it's completed. So let's just get onto the cross. Okay, so the first step is to solve the cross on the bottom layer of the cube rather than the top layer. We do this for the Fridrich or CFOP method because it allows for an easier transition into F2L, meaning we can look for our first pair while we do the cross. Okay, so for our cross we can go this, and we've got our cross correctly done but 180 degrees in the wrong place. And we see that our first pair, we've got these 2 pieces here, so we can do a D2, U2, and insert that, and we've got our first pair done. So that's the reason why we do the cross on the bottom layer rather than the top layer. So tip number 2 is to solve opposite cross pieces. And what I mean by this is that the green cross piece will be opposite the blue cross piece, and the orange cross piece will be opposite the red cross piece. So if we look here, we've got the blue cross piece below the green middle, which means we want to get the green cross piece below the blue middle on this side. And we see that it's already right here. So what we can do is we can do a R dash like this, and they're correctly oriented, but just 180 degrees in the wrong place. So we can do a D2, and we can see those 2 pieces are solved like that. But we'll put them back in place. What we want to do now is, because we have these 2 180 degrees from their correct place, what we can do is we can also put the red cross piece 180 degrees from its proper place. So we can do a U, F2, and we see we can put this orange piece here like that. And now we see we have the cross correctly oriented, but just 180 degrees in the wrong place. So we can do a D2, and we've got it correctly solved already. Okay, so I'm going to do one more example here where we're going to look at solving opposite cross pieces. So we see here we've got the green cross piece here, the red, the blue, and the orange. Now, since the green's already down, we're going to want to put the blue on the opposite side of it. So we can do a U2, R2, and we see that we have the green, blue, we can do a D, and they're solved. However, we're actually going to put the other 2 cross pieces in. And in this situation, we kind of have to look at the orientation of the cube. So we see that to the left of the green is the red, and to the right of the green is the orange, okay? So if we're going to put a piece down here to the right of the green, we're going to have to put the orange in. So we can go F2, and it's correctly oriented. We can do a D, and it's correct there. But we'll put it back to here. And so we want the red to be opposite the orange cross piece. So we can simply do a D2, F, D prime, and cross is solved. Okay, so third and final tip is to practice solving your cross blindfolded or without looking at the pieces. We do this because the quicker you're able to plan your cross and solve it, the more time you can spend planning your first F2L pair, basically. So for example, if you want to start out easy and just solve 2 cross pieces at a time, we have the orange piece here and the green piece here. And the green piece has to be to the left of the orange piece. So we can simply go like this, and then do a D, and we have our orange and our green piece solved. Okay, so we're going to do another example, but we're going to solve all the cross pieces. And whilst we're doing that, we're going to look for our first F2L pair. So for example, we can go this, Now I've got all the cross pieces correctly oriented, but 180 degrees in the wrong place. And while we're doing that, we see we have our first F12 pair here. So we can do a D2, then we can go cross one. And there we go, we have our first F12 pair, and we've got all the cross pieces in place. So if you can get good at blindfold solving over time, you'll be able to do the cross within seconds and purely just look for your first F12 pair. Now this might seem hard at first, so I recommend you starting off with solving one cross piece, and then once you're comfortable with that, 2, and then 3, and then 4. And if you get really good at that, you can even start solving your first F12 pair while solving the cross, which is what a lot of the pros do. And yeah, just practice. Over time, subconsciously your mind will adapt and it'll just get a lot easier to do. Okay, so those are my 3 basic tips for solving the cross more efficiently for beginners. If you'd like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll have more content soon. Cheers.